The immediate health crisis of the COVID-19 pandemic is slowly declining, and we see countries opening up one after one in Europe, something we've been longing for. The question now is, how has the businesses around Europe been affected by the past few months? This is Bisnode Studio with me, Olin, Kardell. Today we will discuss the implications of the COVID-19 pandemic on the business climate of Europe. Bisnode has created an index to let us see how businesses are doing. Why is it important to keep track on payment remarks and bankruptcies? And how can this index help companies keep doing business? That's what we will talk about today with the great help from malin.hook, Director Launches and Transitions, and henrik.hargeus, Product Manager at Bisnode. A warm welcome.
Thank you.
So let's start, Malin, by telling our viewers why you at Bisnode decided to create this index.
When Corona hit us, we understood that this will be huge consequences around our businesses in Europe and for our clients. So we wanted to look into what we could do to help. And at Bisnode, we have a lot of data that we have been tracking. And we decided to take a few of these data points to start to look into. And this is what we call the Bisnode's Corona Index.
That is. And I've heard, Henrik, that you're quite the expert of this index. So tell us a little bit more about the purpose of it.
The purpose is, of course, to help our customers to get a better view of what's happening in their own country, but in other countries around, and to see both the positive and negative changes from some parameters. We follow, for instance, number of bankruptcies in each country, and we combine it to see how many employees are affected by the bankruptcies. We look at something called reconstructions or equivalent in the different countries, which means that you try to let the company survive and avoid bankruptcy. And we also see how many employees that are affected by that. And the third important part we look at is the payment behavior. We have something called Paydex, which is a key figure that we collect around the world. Each week it's updated, so we can see actually how the payment behavior changes in different countries. And I forgot the fourth part. It's actually new startups. We can see how the corona is affecting the willingness to start up new businesses.
Oh, I see. So data is, as we said, something that you have in abundance at Bisnode, but is there a problem or challenge with collecting data for this index?
Yes, we have some challenges, of course, since most of Europe has been under lockdown, so not only our customers, the authorities have been more or less locked down, so we have perhaps delays in different countries. Of course, it differs, but in some countries we have weeks of delays with the reporting of bankruptcies, for instance.
Okay. So this will be available for customers and media and the public. How do you hope this will help, and what will happen with it moving on?
Well, I mean, our thought around it is that to make it available and to make it available throughout Europe. We wanted both media and clients and businesses to have a better helicopter view on the trends and what will happen, and hope that this kind of information would help them to make good decisions moving forward. So it could be, for instance, in different industries or regions or specific markets. Moving forward, I would say that this is something that won't only exist a few months. This will be something that we will follow in many, many, many months to come.
Yes.
And years. and we hope that this will also see that there is possibilities within this to make new business.
Of course. Is it too soon, or is it possible to actually see some trends already?
Yes, from the countries where we have received the data, we can see some trends. We can see that it's not only the small businesses that go bankrupt, it's also, to a larger extent, also medium-sized companies that has some severe problems. We can also see that there's a lot of employees affected, more than usual, affected by these bankruptcies from the data we have received so far.
So, what would you say are the trends in how your customers are using risk data? Because I'm supposing that pattern has changed as well.
Yes, I mean, even though it has been only a couple of months, we have seen that the customers today, they have in the past used automated decisions, which they still continue to do, but they add on a lot of manual controls on this, and they are looking for more data points in order to make better decisions, because as Henrik was pointing out, there is not only the small companies that is affected, also like medium-sized companies affected.
Okay, so I'm thinking forward then how this index can be used. Could it tell us when the economy and businesses are recovering, for example?
Yes, exactly, and I think that's important. It's always easy to avoid risk. It's just to stop doing business, but we would, of course, like our clients and the society to be able to do business and to help customers to feel safe, to feel secure, and to know how to be able to do business in these hard times.
So the index can say when different branches are recovering, for example?
Exactly. You can see different line of businesses, and you can see different regions, what's happening in different regions. And so I think that's important.
Super interesting. Now the really tricky and major question here today, where do I find it?
Yes, where do you find it? Yes, you can find the index today at bisnode.com. And we have launched in Sweden today, and we will launch pretty soon in all other Bisnode markets in Europe.
Okay.
So please look out for the index and follow it. And if any questions, of course, to reach out.
Mm. Yeah, we already named you the expert, so a trillion questions coming in.
Yes, no problem.
You find all the contacts in the
You're welcome.
text following this. So thank you very, very much for being here, Malin and Henrik, and talking about this index, and for doing it, of course, so that we can keep doing business. That's so important. So more episodes of Bisnode Studio is, as usual, available here on the website. And thanks for watching. And stay safe.